Well, we're about to begin the second leg of our trip. We've already been on a bus from Antigua, and we have two more buses and a pickup truck ride before we get to our destination. We're going to two villages. One is very near Santo Domingo, the other one's a little further away. We have three people with us today. They are all people interested in these villages and working somehow with us. The two villages that we're going to visit, as I mentioned, are very rural. One is El Friolitos, and the other is El Rosario. As we go along the countryside, I've taken a few shots of the farmers' fields. These men, like the one in the picture here, work in those fields during the day and go back to these villages at night. They earn about, a little less than $5 a day when they're working. As we go by, we notice in a ravine something that looks just like dots to begin with, and it becomes more clear that these are pieces of clothes out there, and then as we look even closer, we see that they're women doing their wash. It's a very hard life here, as you'll see in some of the other pictures. We're now entering into Friolitos. We're getting cleaned up from the pickup drive because it's quite dusty on the road. And then we start walking through the town, and then we will head eventually to the school. I've been in this town several times, and it always impresses me the same. Just people eking out a living. Even the little dogs seem to be doing the same. They have got a school here supplied by the government, and they just got electricity delivered. The school doesn't have any electricity because they can't pay for it, but it is right up to the door. And then we're greeted by the teacher that's in charge of this school. He is a very dedicated fellow. We obtained this room next to the school that's used as a clinic by, I think, Doctors Without Borders. When we're not using it, they just use it like once a month. It looks kind of rough right now, but actually once he gets it set up with the tables and desks, it'll be great. We're greeted by the head of the mayor council there, and he talks some about the need to have the school and how grateful he is to have us there. And after about a half hour, Michelle gives some toys for the kids, and we are off to the next village. This village is quite a bit more prosperous. It's called El Rosario, and they have water right there in a stream and a spring just up from the village, and they grow flowers for export. The kids are there waiting for us. This is the opening day for El Rosario. The teacher there is cutting the ribbon. Well deserved, since it's been over 8 months that she's been trying to get us to come there and start a school. They welcome us inside with the bienvenidos, and the two teachers began explaining to us what they've been doing with the materials that we gave them during the training session that we had in Antigua the first part of January. These materials were given to us by a group called Right Around the World. A fellow by the name of Mike Lewis stopped in Antigua and read an article about us and offered to donate materials for this next school year. So you're seeing some of them in the hands of the children, and Michelle, Mike's sister, playing with the children in the various activity areas that we have in the school. The whole school is based on play and learning through play, and we have some of the latest gizmos and techniques from the United States to help these teachers, and we've trained the teachers in how to use them. As you can see, these beautiful blocks that we got for the children to play with, and the teacher counts the blocks with them and goes over the colors and helps them build things. So with that happy note and Michelle's happy smile, we're on our way. Before I leave, I just kind of scan the flower fields and then look back at the school. So that's our schoolroom on the right there with balloons. And I'm reminded that the kids have an option. The option is to work in those fields with their parents, cutting flowers to be sent off to the United States, most likely. Or they can spend at least half of the day in this school preparing themselves for having an option of a different kind of future, and at very least be able to participate in their government, being able to read and write and understand some of the major issues. So thanks again to Right Around the World, Mike and Michelle, for bringing the materials, and of course to our great teachers who have the fortitude to start up a school on their own.